Ladies and gentlemen, today's review is for an album by a band that has come to the music scene in recent years. They can be subdivided into a category of music that many label as metalcore. As of 2010, metalcore has become one of the most popular subgenres of metal alternative music. It's basically a mixture of melodic death metal along with hardcore punk, or even post-hardcore punk. The latter three mentioned genres aren't ones I typically listen to very much, but there are a few bands from each of those categories whom I find pleasure in listening to from time to time. Oddly enough, all the bands from those genres are ones that either my friends or random people at school had recommended to me. Trust me, metalcore is extremely popular. At my community college, there are enough metalcore fans to outnumber fans of traditional and real metal fans. In the last 2 to 3 years, I've seen this trend grow among the people at my school and elsewhere. The first place I've heard of the band Asking Alexandria was seeing a trademark graphic art in someone's black shirt. At first, I found the sensibilities presented in the t-shirt to be quite odd. It looked like something out of an anime, and there's that band name, Asking Alexandria. It definitely did not come off to me as a metal band. Otherwise, they didn't appear metal enough for me to be gravitated towards them. What the hell is that supposed to convey? Is it depicting the idea of asking some girl named Alexandria out? That sounds too obvious to suffice as the answer to the meaning for this band name. It seems everywhere I go now, there's these kids walking around wearing Asking Alexandria shirts and the likes. All these kids listen to metalcore, which leaves a trashy taste in my mouth, and with the rest of their garments like skinny jeans, Converse sneakers, hipster Velma glasses, other hipster Velma glasses, and skateboards chained to their belt loops, it just looks like a homoerotic Chuck E. Cheese outfit. You cannot be a metalhead and walk around your 70k and under average income neighborhoods and chimerical zones and wear an Asking Alexandria t-shirt, let alone listen to the band and relish in them. The fans of this band are all perpetual high school teenager stazzes who can't take criticism for their fandom of this band, or any bands in the metalcore genre, all of which sound just like the other ones. This band is way too homosexual to be branded as anything metal. The fans don't even look like proper metalheads. Let's have a side-by-side comparison. I listened to their most recent album a few days ago, and then afterwards, I needed to hop in the shower or something. Generations of top-grade hard rock and metal bands from Britain lead us here? Was the rhetorical question firing in my mind. So, onto the details about this album. Stand up and scream. There are no memorable songs contained within this album. All the so-called metal parts are exuded at every turn with such low class. Just about 3 minutes in, I was thinking to myself, Asking Alexandria fans, bring me the horizon, or Attack fans have much to learn about true metal. When the song Final Episode was playing, all I could hear was some hardcore pop-punk music that stereotypes and takes everything about real metal for granted. Metal with DGR music? Seriously? The idea of mixing trance with metalcore sounds like an idea conceived by some kids at a bar mitzvah, or somewhere else where their environment is fostered by a preceding generation of the cliché taste, grandiose spending, cash-fanning metrosexuals and yips of parents. Non-human level high production values are all these types of people look for when they listen to music, all feeding off of the other so-called well-to-dos in their social circle. It's too bad a lot of rich people from previous generations have sterile musical taste. Anyway. And enough with all the dull string chugging. It seems like every minute, it's the one-note guitar chugging, and then an immediate transition to verses with merry long riffs with sweeping that lacks proper refinement. Then, before you know it, it goes into a laughable attempt at seriosity with the monochromatic guitar chugging. The other main problem with this band and their album is the lyrical content. Example number 1, Nobody Don't Dance No More. By the way, that has got to be the stupidest song title for any rock or metal song that I've heard in almost 4 years. Watch yourself, I'm taking over. The cracks in the pavement won't break my stride. I tread lightly, I tread light. I'm alive. I can't believe what I've become. I won't stop breathing. Your world is falling at your feet. I won't stop breathing. Just cause you're breathing don't mean you're alive. Excuses are useless when your mouth staples shut. This contradicts the chorus of the song in that the protagonist apparently can't stop breathing due to oxygen. However, for this person he's so ineffectually pissed off about, whom we have no information about, science doesn't apply to them, even though the contrary seems more true for the narrator, since there's this power trip thing going on. Then there is this part. You're drowning in the back room. So this is what it feels to waltz? So little is established within the first 2 verses that I can't tell what this part is supposed to depict. Why would the person they are so ineffectually pissed off about be randomly drowning? Why is this pool or bathtub, or toilet considered to be in a room in the back of where they are? Plumbing and pipe fixtures are usually placed more along the center of the house, as opposed to the backside wall of the house, typically with most architecture. I don't know about this line, perhaps my brain is just too logical for me to rest easy with lyrics written by this band. After which, the narrator asks, if that is what it feels to waltz, as in the dance. Are you serious? That is your next line of lyrics. The song is not even in 3/4 meter. I have zero clue as to what the singer's point is. And once again, I cannot get over how synthetic the growling sounds. Chris Barnes needs to take a flight out to Brittany and beat some proper growling sensibilities into this Daniel Worsnap. Strange name, by the way. In the next track, Hey There Mr. Brooks. My thoughts about the first two songs, plus the preceding track apply here as well. If you can't ride two horses at once you should get out of the circus had little going for it 2.5 minutes in, so I skipped to the next track, which is a single moment of sincerity. The song Not the American Average contains two distinctive transitions, away from the post-hardcore hissy-fitting charade. First, there's a break with a marching drum beat, which musically would be fine on its own, and not included in this album, but it all amounts to nothing, except to support the next phase of low-class attempts at metal vocals and melodic singing. Then, there is another break into an ethereal sonata passage including the clean vocalist's singing, which is comical and nonetheless, ineffectual. There's too much inclusion of the dance music and other Owl City electronic passages. Death and black metal with no balls. Asking Alexandria boils down to pop music with shrieking and a few limp, lousy growls thrown in. I wouldn't be surprised if this was aired in a top 40 radio station back-to-back with Maroon 5. Asking Alexandria is a band full of metal antithesis, poor taste, and poor direction in the musical front. Most importantly, it's metal music that is best suited for dance clubs, which traditionally, the metal scene has been against, so this isn't even a metal band in the first place. I looked it up and apparently, those repeated moments of dull note strumming are dubbed as breakdown, and surprisingly, these are supposed to be the high points of the song, and the part where all the Asking Alexandria fans get into a circle and begin headbanging in unison. What utter herd stupidity. I fail to understand why these listeners are compelled to headbang or mosh to these parts. What is being conjured in their imaginations? More likely than not, it's probably something that they've been watching on the Disney Channel in their rooms their whole childhood. This band definitely has a somewhat Disney-sounding style with its production and whatnot. Asking Alexandria's Stand Up and Scream sucks.